Audio, you working? Come on. Audio, are you working? Okay, it's working. Okay then. Let's see here. Okay. Live streaming. I am streaming, correct? Yes, I am. Okay then. I've set this up here, and I guess we're gonna go ahead and delete this and start from the beginning. So we'll go ahead and go File New, and we'll go to General, and we're gonna go Don't Save here. Let's get my microphone closer. Okay. So this is Blender. A lot of people think it's scary. It's not really scary. Strangely enough, people sometimes they'll go, oh, I'm going to learn like 10 other programs so I don't have to learn Blender. Blender is amazing and can do most things. I don't know why they keep on adding stuff to it, but Blender is a game engine, it's a video editor, it's an animation software, it's a texturing software, it's a 2D software. Okay, open widget. What does it say? Audio stream bitrate of 150. Let's see if I can figure that out. Settings here. Stream. Output. Okay. I think that fixed it. That can't be. There's excellent connection. It seems like I'm. Is it moving? Cool. Cool story, bro. No, it's working. Okay. It's just really, really slow, and that's okay. So, we've got our... Let me go ahead and undo all that real quick. So let me show you what we've got. This is the basic scene you start Blender off with. You have a light, you have a cube, a default cube, and a camera. If we go over here, we have two different menus here. We have this one up here, and these are actually editable, and I'll show you these later. So this is the outliner. Let me get my food real quick. I'm hungry. Nobody's here anyway, so I can eat my french fries. Okay. Let's see here. So, in the outliner you can see what's in the, so I can eat my fries. And the outliner is kind of like your file structure. You can kind of see what's in here. So there's a camera, there's a cube, and there's a light. And you can see it's just a different representation of the same thing in the 3D view. Now, let's talk about navigation. To talk about navigation, let's go ahead and find my tool. I don't remember which. Okay. So I've got a tool in this corner right here that'll show you it's a plug-in. And if you press the middle button and move around, you'll move around. And then if you scroll, you'll zoom in and out. Shift, middle, basically scans. Now let's say I want to do something with the cube. So I left click the cube with the mouse and it highlights in orange, and we can see that it's highlighted in orange. Now we can grab and move the cube around. We can just press G, and then you can move the stuff around. You can press S, scale in and out. You can press R, and then you can rotate the cube. If you want more control, there are gizmos here that will let you basically show you the gizmos here. So if you look here, I can move it more with more precision with the gizmos, which are over here. Here's a rotate one. And then of course this one's scale. And you can scale against different axes, okay? So far so good. So let's talk about the numpad, which I like to use a lot. So the numpad is the numbers off to the side of your keyboard. It's in a square. Looks kind of like a calculator. It goes from 7 to 3. Also, numpad 7 is top. 9, 3, 1. And then if you hit 0 on the numpad, you actually go inside the camera view. So that's a nice way to like change your perspective. Now, numpad 5 is a little bit more nuanced, but it changes from perspective to orthographic. What I think about orthographic is the way you draw things, and then perspective is the way the camera would capture it. So it's kind of like an architectural drawing almost. It's not an exact representation of the way perspective happens, but it's kind of the way that we imagine perspective to happen. I think that's the only way I can describe it. So, perspective, orthographic. That's numpad 5. Oh, there's some other ones. Okay, so I hit tab. We're going to go into the edit mode for our little cube. Now, up here we have different things that we can select. There is a dot, which is the vertice, a line, which is the edge, and a square, which is a face, or a polygon. So we're going to grab one, and then we're going to do the same thing we did. We press G, and we can grab it. Okay? Scaling's not going to work very well, but the other two it will. So, and rotate's not going to work very well either. So, if I can grab one of the edges, that'd be great. Okay. So you can grab an edge as well. You can scale it, which is S, and scale. And then we can rotate. So that's the basics. Now, let's talk about these over here. These little globes, I guess I'd call them spheres. These are how your objects in your scene are displayed. So we've got wireframe, solid, textured, and rendered. Difference between these is this shows you like how your geometry is built. This one shows you an untextured blank canvas, so you can kind of tell what's happening. This one shows you what your textures will look like, and this one shows you what your lighting looks like. Okay, so that's the basics. Okay. Of editing, anyway. Of like just geometry and navigation and stuff. So, I'm still eating, I'm sorry. We're going to go ahead and we're going to show you how to import a VRM, which is the basic 3D model that a Vroid produces. You'll need a plugin. I'll put a link in the bottom, but you basically download the plugin and then you go to Edit, Preferences, and then you go to Add-ons and you go Install, and then you navigate to where you've downloaded your plugin, and then you just basically install the add-on. I've actually already got it in here, so I'll show you what it looks like. VRM. Import, export VRM format. I've actually done this like 10 times now, so I'm not going to do it again because I've done it a couple of times before already. But you have to make sure you've got this import, export VRM format plugin installed, or it won't work. Okay. Now that we've got that like figured out, at least we're going to go ahead and oh, I forgot to do this. This is object mode, and this is edit mode, and I just didn't bother because I usually use the shortcut keys. Hit X to delete something. So we're going to grab the cube and hit X and delete it. Now we're going to import the VRM. That's real good. Got it. Okay. God, that's good. Okay. I finished my meager lunch. Or finished my dinner. Okay. I'm gonna avatar. I'm find my God, that's good. Oh, Shiawase. Okay, so final models. I like 27 here. It's one of my favorites. So it takes a second for it to import. Just wait. It's actually kind of a heavy model, and it's not incredibly good. That's pretty much the only way I can describe it. Okay, good. I think Suvi said at one point that it's like 1,000,000 polygons, which, yeah, I can believe it. How am I? Oh, I just went out. Yeah. My cat's gonna sit here and do this with us. Okay. So, we've got our model now. Let me go ahead and check it real quick. That song is catchy. I'm sorry. I've been listening to it all day. Channel. Making sure it looks right. 'Cause I don't know. Okay. Looks right. Okay. So, we've got our character. Now we're going to look and examine our VRM real quick, okay? So, we're actually probably going to get rid of some bones. Just because I don't want to cause myself undue issues. So, these bones at the bottom, if you'll see them. Good girl. Okay. So these are like for dresses and stuff. We don't have a dress on our character, so they're pretty much not being used for anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of them. Surprisingly enough, skeletons and armature in Blender are very similar to like what we just covered with the editing of the geometry. So we're gonna go into tab mode. And if you hit tab mode again, you go in object mode. So we're going to tab mode to go into edit mode. And you can actually grab the bones here. And you can grab just G and then grab, and you can move them around. And then surprisingly enough, if you press E, you can make a new bone by just extruding it. But that's not all we want to do. So we're going to left click them all. And then press X, and then we delete the bones. Just so we have a little bit less stress here. I think I kept them. I don't remember where I kept them, but I kept them. I don't need those bones. Let's do a couple other things real quick. If you see these two bones here, I think I want them to be Control P here. Connected. Control P. What did I just do? Control P. No. And then the third one, and then hit Control P. That's for parent. And we do keep offset. I think that should work. So let's do edit mode here. Oh, I'm sorry. Now let's go into pose mode real quick. So that looks right, I think. So what I'm doing here is the wing bones, because they're made in Vroid, the bone structure is a little bit off. It's not much off, but it's a little bit off. So these two were kind of parented to the head bone here, but that basically makes it move funny. So what you want to do is you want to take and select, shift select, and then grab the chest or upper bone, and I'm going to go Control P. Another thing that bothers me is I know people like these. I hate them. These are the physic bones. I don't like them. We're gonna delete them. I don't like them. That's a personal preference. So I got rid of those. So there's no more boba. Okay. Or at least there is, but it's not as egregious as it can be because it drives me nuts. Okay. Got all that done. We've basically shown you, like, you can grab here's edit mode, but you want to go into pose mode for animation, and you can rotate it just like we did the editing other stuff. So we can grab a bone and rotate it, and the menu's up here. Object mode, edit mode to change the actual like bones, and then pose mode. Okay, so we got so good. So we're not going to, this is the normal version I stay in. We're not going to stay in this version today. We're going to go into animation in a second. Give me 1 second here. I can get this to work. Where am I? Okay. YouTube. Why must I have a million windows open? I think it's probably my ADHD like showing itself like a lot. Okay. Stream. Okay. You got the chat. Whoa. That's not good. Let's see here. Okay, I don't think anybody's watching. Okay. That's fine. We got character. We've gone a brief overview. See if I can get it so it's not so horribly in my face real quick. That works. Okay. So we've got our character. There are different settings up here. So we got layout, which I like this one the best. I figure it gives you the best. And then there's modeling, sculpting, UV editing, texture paint, shading, animation. We're animating, so it's pretty obvious we're going to be in the animation like area. We're going to make one tiny change though. Here we've got a second 3D window, which I'm assuming this is supposed to show like your render, like what it looks like a little bit more. We're not going to do that actually. We're going to, I said earlier, this is actually a video editing software as well. We're going to use a little bit of one of the features of that. So we're going to go to video sequencer here. And here we're going to go to sequencer and preview. And what this is it's kind of like, how do I describe this? This is kind of how like you show video. So we're going to go to file. Where should go? Where is it? Okay. No, it's here. Maybe I should go to preview. View. Image, clear apply. Movie clip editor? That's not it. Give me 1 second here. Let's go back to layout. Maybe I'm just insane. Okay, so I can actually split these windows here. Let's do video sequencer. Yeah. Add. Why didn't that work? Okay, so we got add here. And we're going to go to avatar, and then I think I put it in clips. It's wind. Okay. Don't know why that didn't work. So now if you look here, when we scroll, and this is the animation bit here. This is where we're going to have our animations. You can see in the animation. So basically we're going to be able to match the animation by looking at this. And I remember there actually was a way to show it in the back viewport so you could sit there and line it up. They've changed the shortcut keys on me since I last did this, so I don't remember how to do without the shortcut keys. That's one of the downfalls of memorizing all the shortcut keys. So we're just gonna, and here I'm basically turning it into textured mode here. Now I did this earlier and I counted how many frames that I thought was appropriate. 4030 seemed about right. So the great thing about this animation here is it's not that it looks complicated, but it's not really. It's like, so if you look, it's repeated over and over again. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then it repeats. So like 7 or 8, and then it just repeats over and over again. So I thought it was make a good like beginner lesson because we don't have to do, and then actually it has like a slight variation where she holds like a recorder. So then you don't have to change like the recorder part. So a lot of this is just repeating over and over again. And some of it's like, I'm planning on doing things on with a green background and then basically doing some video editing to finish that out. So we got that much. So we're going to go ahead and start posing her and showing you how that looks. So here's the first one. We're in pose mode. And I'm actually going to fix the camera so we can look through the camera and not the just the viewport, because we might make some mistakes there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to object mode real quick and add a mesh, and we're going to add the monkey. It's Suzanne because I use it. I always use it for my camera control. So we're going to select the camera and then select the monkey, and then Control P that, and then make it the monkey the parent. So now when we hit 0, we're going to go into our frame, and then if we rotate the monkey, it rotates the camera. Okay, so that'll allow us to control what the monkey looks like. Now, monkey's a little distracting, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to put some changes to it. I want it to be in front. I do not want it to render shadows. I want it to be wire. And then, like, I want to scale it, but then, like, move the camera. And then there was like a track thing I remember. I don't remember exactly. It was Control T. Or was it Control T? I changed the thing to me, so now I don't know what that key is anymore, so we're just gonna go with it. Let's see here. Oh, I probably should explain. This also allows you to rotate. Some people like it a little bit better, so you can grab this little gizmo up on the top and rotate a bit. It's nice. So we're going to go into 0, and then we're going to try to make it match the angle the character's at. And then we can take the monkey, left click it, and hit H, and it'll hide the monkey, so that we don't see it anymore. Okay. Now we're going to take this and we're going to go into pose mode. Oh, I'm sorry, I selected the character, not the Now, I don't know if this is just me, but although I like the octahedrons, I think they're called, for making the skeleton, I do not like it for animation because it hides a lot of the stuff. So you can actually change the way the bones look. So we're going to go over here in this menu here, and you'll see there's like a man running, and that's actually the bone structure stuff. So that's like that. So we're going to go ahead and do viewport display here. We got octahedron. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's that. So do stick. Get up. Thank you. So now that we've got stick, we're going to go ahead and start. Is that fun? Is that fun for you? I think it's a little button here. Yeah, okay. So I want this. So what we're basically going to do is, this is not that different from your other posing software. You're just going to grab bones and then rotate them. So we're going to try to make it match the character. And I'm going to actually hide some of the bones I don't want. So these two here, hit H and you'll hide them. Basically anything I don't want to animate, I want gone. So that's going to simplify our task just a wee bit. So I'm going to take this, bend it a bit. I'm not going to kill myself to make this perfect. This is kind of like a tutorial to show you how to make an animation with your Vroid in like a simple, cute, fun way. So we're going to rotate the second one here. Rotate it on the y-axis, which is yellow. And rotate it on the x-axis. Then we're going to take this one, rotate on the x-axis. And then the y-axis here. Doesn't look quite right. Okay. So we are going to go into our left viewport, I think this is. And kind of make it a little bit more accurate here. Okay, we can go from 7, which will give us the top viewport. Now there is some rigging tricks to make hands easier, but I don't particularly feel like going into that today. I guess we could, but this is not really something. So basically we can rotate these here. Give us a posed hand. Army, can you drink any louder? Okay, got that. Rotating. Okay. So we've got that bit. I'm gonna go for the 3. Rotate it a bit more there. Let's go from the front view. It's about right. Okay, so now we're going to kind of do the same thing on the other end. And then we can do Control 3 there. And that'll actually give us the other side. Now this one's going to be like a little bit further forward there. And then we can go to the top view. Rotate the bone. Grab this bone there. Rotate it. Okay, so grab that bone, rotate it on the y-axis. Oh, that's a little too much, isn't it? Okay. Okay. Then another. Rotate. 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 Just keep on going. Just rotating them bones. I'm suddenly having like a memory from childhood of like a song about a bone. Okay, rotate. Okay, rotate. Now let's go to our view here. And then we're going to go ahead and go to option mode and like hide this real quick. Check it. Okay. I think this foot here is a little bit off. So Alt H unhides it. And then we're going to go back into Army. You know you don't need to do that. Go back into pose mode. Now it looks to me like this bone here. Oh, Harmy. Yeah, that looks bad from that angle, so let's fix that. My cat's decided to attack the bed. It did her wrong. It did him wrong somehow. Okay. So that looks right there. So one little detail about this is the hair is animated too. So we're going to go ahead and give it a pose here. And the song is actually about how the character's upset about the wind being so strong and that she just doesn't want to go to school. So animating the hair is kind of important, I would say, because it makes the song make more sense. So we're don't want to make her look ugly, so we're gonna, but let's go ahead and make it so the wind's blowing from a certain direction. So we're gonna make the hair go a little bit more that way. Yep. Posing the hair. I'm talking my cat go nuts every single stream I do. It's insane. They just love me. They love tacking stuff over everything I have to. Okay. So I've got that much. So now I've got to basically save the pose. So hit A, which selects everything in the bone. Hit I. And I don't think we did like location or scale for this, so we're just going to hit rotation. Now if you look here in our animation Something just popped up. The reason it popped up is because we just, I think it's pretty obvious, but we just made a pose. Okay, so we got a pose. So let's go ahead and we're going to make our second pose. See, so we have this one. Now let's do this one. You know what? Let's do this. This here is called the root. So we're going to do location for this one. So we selected it, we hit I, and then we hit location. So that way we can kind of like make her go up and down. Oh. That wasn't exactly where it's supposed to be. In the animation, you can actually, the movement is exactly like in the 3D viewport. So it's very similar. You can actually zoom in and out. See, so I'm going to get real close, select this one, and then do I. And then if I grab that, I can actually make her go up and down. So here she goes down a bit. I'm going to get G and then Z here. That's so. Okay. So we're going to grab this bone here, rotate it down. Then take this one, rotate it out. And we'll grab this one here. And we're probably going to come back and like fix this a little bit. This is kind of like almost a walk cycle. This is, which is good. Because that allows us to like examine animation a little bit better. So I guess I could do everything here. I don't want to. We'll do these here. And I, and then, well, we probably should just go ahead. Rotation. Or we could do available. That would probably be better. Okay. Okay, so we go up, down. That one's the same one. Now we change again. Okay, so here we're going to grab and then we're going to do Y. Make her go a little bit forward. Then her leg comes down, and let's do the gizmo because it makes it a little bit easier to control. And then this bone is going to straighten out a bit, and then she's contacted the ground there, right? Now this other one here, we're going to bring it forward, and this is called a passing. There we go. Rotate that one so it's passing. Give it the bone. Make sure it looks okay from the side, because I don't know what it is, but this, when I rotate it here, it just does not like me. Okay. So I want this bone to look a little bit out like that. And then we're going to go to and that looks about right. Let's fix a couple of things. We're going to do the legs first, and then we'll do the rest of it later. And then once we're done that, we're going to copy and paste it across the entire animation, because it's basically like 7 frames over and over again. Okay, so we're going to select it all and hit I available. So that's what it looks like. So match it, match it, passing. Okay, we got that one. Now we're going to go to this one here, which is basically like, it's the opposite one. That's weird. Okay. So we're going to grab this one, bring it up, and bring that one, rotate it down. And then this bone now, it's going to go back a little bit, so we're going to grab Y, make it go back a bit Y. And then this one, this is almost a skip, really. Okay. So make sure it looks okay from the other angles here. I mean, it's not like I'm going to make this in 3D, right? So it's going to be like that. So, what happened to my frames? Probably I haven't selected them. Okay. So we're going to do I and then available. So we got basically, we got nice little jump there. And here, I think it's very subtle, but you can see there's actually kind of like a hop there, right? So there's that frame, and then there's this one, which is just a wee bit, it's just an exaggeration of this frame here. So we're going to take it, grab it up a little bit, and then basically we're kind of giving her a hop. Up, and then down here. Down. Not ridiculously complicated, but it's a little bit of an exaggeration there. Select them all and hit I and then available. So now you got, not sure that I'm moving the root properly, but we'll go back and fix that later, I guess. We might have to clear out the root movement. I know how to do animation, but I'm not good at it. Does that make sense? So, I know the basics. Let's see. So there's actually even like, there's this one, and it goes a little bit. And you notice it even goes a little bit higher than that then. So we're going to take this and straighten it out a bit more. Let me go down here. Select them all and then hit I and available. Okay. Now she's made contact with both of them again. Okay. Oh gosh. What did I just do? That wasn't good. Okay. So we're going to take that one, go down, take the other one, straighten it out quite well. And then we're going to kind of like, can't select that bone because the other one's on the way. Okay. This one should be a little bit more there. Okay, so select all of them and select I and available. Okay. We're gonna try play real quick. Okay, I think some of the problem is it's it's not like in the rendering. Let's see if it'll do it, if I can do it with like this. Okay, so it's starting to go there. Oh. Okay. I think this is the... Okay, so this is the last one. And actually, I'm going to take this frame here. And I'm going to go hit Shift D here. And the reason is that's basically copying it. Okay, so I'm going to grab it. Now, this one's fairly similar. Let's go ahead and real quick. Let's grab all of them and then Shift D again. Okay, so what that's going to do is it's going to allow us to create a loop, which we can then just copy and then so once we've got the basics there, we're going to go ahead and start messing with this to make it look better. So we're going to take the frames we don't like and like change them real quick. So we got that. Let's rotate that up a bit. Maybe that up. And then I available. Okay. Now if you notice, some of it's a little bit, looks a little different than the animation thing. We're gonna fix that in a second. But basically we're kind of going to make it more stop animation and less... Yeah, that's weird. Okay. So we've got dope sheet here. But there are other ways to look at this. And we're going to... Dope sheet editor, blah, 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 blah. It's not what we want here. So we got animation, we got timeline, we got graph editor. We want graph editor here. This is why I hate animation. Yay! People think animation's like playing with this. It's not. It's a lot about editing graphs. I don't think it's going to be too bad for this one. Let's see. I believe there's just a shortcut key that we can basically make it look like what we want. I've forgotten it because I hate animations. So we're gonna. This was probably not the best, but I think it'll be good for me. So we're gonna do an interpolation mode here. That's it. Okay, so we want interpolation mode, and we do not want. We got busier right now. We do not want that. These are the different types you can have. You can have linear. Let's try bounce. Okay. Might give it some bounce there. You see how it changed the way the graph looks? It's actually going to change the way the character decides to move their bones and the rest of it. So we went to here and we went to animation, and then we're going to hit A, selects everything. And then we're going to take them and we're going to change to interpolation mode and just basically easing type. Ease in and out, is out, blah, 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 blah. We actually don't want any easing at all if we can get it. Get rid of animation easing in Blender. Okay, let's just try key, interpolation mode, and we're going to try linear here. See how it looks like. Okay, that's what that looks like. Let's try the other one. Interpolation mode, and we're going to try constant. I think maybe that's what I want. Yeah, that's what I want. So that's basically going to give us a very 2D mode there. So instead of like the 3D where it's doing the automatic easing for us, we're trying to get it to look like a 2D animation. So we want it to be constant. So we're going to go to interpolation and we're going to make it constant instead. Press play. You see it's not easing anymore. It's just playing what we've animated. And that's what we want. Okay. Now that we've got the easing properly like sussed out, we're going back to dope sheet for a little bit. And we're going to try to make this as best as we can, and then we're going to go and add a little bit of the bounce on the other stuff, and then like I said, we're just going to copy it throughout the entire animation. Okay. So we got that one. That's good. Passing, let's... Feet is like one of the harder parts to animate in my way, because you have to make them look like they actually are physically touching the ground to make it look right to me. So I do eye available there. It almost seems like I want this to be a little bit up, so I'm going to grab Z there. And I said we weren't going to do that, but it really is kind of the better ways to do that. Rotate that. Grab this one, grab Z. A and then I available. And then this one, grab Z, a little bit up there, I think. And basically the floor, I'm treating like the floor. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So I got that. A, I, available. Okay. Passing. See if that looks... For some reason I think this one should be grab Y there. Like a wee bit back, and then I available. Okay. And this is not brain science, I'm just making it match. It's one like a little bit down there, and then I available. Okay. And then we're going to shift D that real quick. Shift, oh gosh. They've tried to make it like Maya. I don't want Blender to be like Maya, I want Blender to be like Blender. Okay. And then I think this should go down just a wee bit so she's touching ground a little bit more here. Okay. AI available. Okay. So that's like a walk loop, which I'm not horribly great at. It's a pretty simple one too, it's not too bad. Okay. So we've added that much, but now we're going to add some of the other details. So we're going to add the hands and the hair, so it kind of gives it a little bit more motion and hides the fact that I'm absolutely horrible at walk animations. So we're going to go start here, and then here, her arms, we're going to go to side view again. They actually come in, so what she's doing here is she's hitting the ground. So her arms kind of come down, or like up, I guess. Available. So we got up, down, then she goes down again. Because she's kind of like almost dancing. Let's not do that there. Let's do it here so that we stay with the rest of it. Okay. So I'm going to do this one. Control 3, so we go to the other way. Hit A and then I, and then available. So now she's up, she's hit the ground, she's kind of fallen there, catches herself, and then this, she goes up, so she's basically like taking her arms and helping them. I guess it's kind of like she's bouncing, kind of. I guess I don't have to tell anyone that, but I don't know if anybody's even watching. But that's okay. Yeah, whatever. Okay. YouTube made a mistake, so I think they said I was watching somebody. No, somebody was watching. Okay, so I got that much, and then we're gonna go I available. Okay, so we go here, down, passing, up again. And here, she's just gonna adjust that pose just a little bit. A and I available. So we got up, passing, hit the ground, contact, then up again. And she's kind of got a bounce right there. And then here's like a second bounce. We're not going to adjust it too much, just a wee bit, tiny bit. Straighten out the arm just a bit to give her, because what she's basically doing is she's giving herself a bit of a bounce there. Select all, and then I, and then available. So, here we go. Go from the camera. Let's hide the skeleton real quick. Hide it. And then we're going to scrub through it real quick. Here, I think I went a little bit too much on that bit right there. Okay. I'm getting somewhat pleased with that. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and unhide. You can change what's hidden and shown here. So if you look here, I've got the armature hidden there, and I can press this little eyeball, and it'll actually show it, which is nice. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna select the armature and go into pose mode. Oh, we got that. We got that much. Okay. I think there's one frame I went a little bit too much on. Which one was it? I think it was this one. Okay. Or is it just a... might be the tween. Let's see. No, it's this one. Okay. So, here I went a little bit too much forward. So we're going to change it so it's a little bit closer to her body, which will look better. Okay. I think that's right. Okay. Okay, so we're going to try to edit the spine a little bit here. So here, the spine, you can see it's 3. We're going to rotate it ever so slightly, and then give it an automation here. Okay, I think that's good. Now let's do the neck. If you look here, she's kind of, we're going to do the neck and head here. And it's just very subtle. Here she's kind of... People tell me all the time, they're like, oh, I'd love to be an animator. And I'm like, why? Why would you want to be an animator? I think they don't know exactly what it is. People think it's a lot of like creativity. It's usually not. It's a lot of copying. Like a lot of copying. Okay, so here goes up even a little bit more than that. on earth would you want to be an animator? I just don't understand. Okay, we got that. Eye available. Yeah, eye available. And then a little bit more down there. And she's back up. That's about neutral. I'm going to keep that at neutral there. And then up again. And then eye available. Okay, so we're going to go to 0 there. Hide the armature real quick in the outlier. Scrub through it. About right. Couple of things. We got to add the hair. And that's not really something I'm going to stress over too much. I'm just going to wiggle it every single frame. Okay. Okay. That's not choosing the right one. I available. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the next one. And then I kind of feel like this is falling. So I'm going to kind of like, when I'm moving the animation of the hair, I'm kind of going to think about what hair does when it falls. And then I available. And we gotta wiggle the hair again. Wiggling the hair. Eye available. And then this one. Now this one she's going down, so I'm kind of going to think about like downward forces on the hair. I'm going to think like how would that affect hair. I'm checking my audio real quick. 1 second here. Is my audio still, yeah, my audio's still working. I have to check every once in a while. I have a lot of problems with my audio, and it's not great. I'm always trying my best, but I know it's bad. So, A and then I available. Okay, so we're going to turn off the skeleton real quick and scrub through it. It's subtle. I think it might look better from the other side. Yeah. Okay. Keep on changing the hair around. Crazy, man. Yeah, what are you looking at me like that for? Huh? I available. Change it. It's wind. It's windy out. Okay, so A, I, available. Anybody in the chat room? I don't see anybody. Okay, very good. Make sure. Then we got that. A, I, available. Okay. Okay, so once we're done with this, then what we can do is I'm not doing this over and over again. That would be painful. So take like everything here. We're gonna like go here and then do like a box select, and then we're gonna shift D and just drag it to the front and then basically make it match up. Okay, grab, and then we're going to make it sync up, then shift D, select everything, something's wrong here. Okay, so we're going to shift D that again. Shift D. And then what we got nice little animation here. I have to make it sync up a little bit better than that, but you can see how this is not. We've got about 4,000 to do, but most of it's the same animation over and over again with slight variations. Think like drag about there, looks good. And then we're going to make that bit there match up. Okay. So we're in the dope sheet still. We're going to go into the graph editor, select them all, key interrelation mode, and then we're going to do constant here. And again, that'll give us more of a 2D feel, kind of. Okay, so far so good. Now I've got some accessories and I need a break from animation, so we're going to go ahead and save this real quick. And then we're going to make a recorder and a backpack, so it looks more like the actual animation here. 1 second. Ooh, I don't trust YouTube, so I check it every once so often. I'm sorry. I just don't trust it. Okay. So we're going to save it as win.blend, which is kind of what I call it. We're going to take a little bit of a break and like teach you some 3D modeling skills real quick. We don't have to texture stuff much, thank God, because We're going to go back to modeling here. Or layout, because I like layout a little better. I can't really tell much of that difference between these two things. But I'm sure there is. So we're going to hide the armature real quick here. And hide that. Why didn't the armature, like... That's weird. So if we look here, we actually got a ridiculous amount of hair. So many hairs. We're just gonna, yep, hide that. Okay. So, yeah, I think YouTube's crazy. Okay. So we're gonna add a mesh here, and we're gonna add a cube. I guess that is kind of cheating, so we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and make a recorder. Let me look up what a recorder looks like. Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I usually start with a cube, but a cube may not actually be the best thing to start with this. So we're going to go ahead and get this, and we're going to add a mesh, and we're going to add a... Harmy! I swear to dear God, Harmy. Now, is 32 here? Harmy! Harmy, get out of the trash. Get out of the trash. I know it tastes better than your dog food. I'm sorry. Get out of the trash. Come on. You get sick again and I'll have to deal with it again. I'm sorry. Come on. Don't do that. Okay. So we're going to go up to like 12 here. And then we're going to scale on the Z-axis. And this is way too big for right now, but we're just going to go with it for now. So scale Z. Now we're going to go into the tab mode here. And we're going to... Harmy, please stop. Please stop, honey. So when we hit Control R, it's going to give us some loop cuts. And we're basically going to create kind of like... I'm not terribly crazy about it being like absolutely accurate. But we at least want to give it like somewhat of an accurate feel. So we're going to rotate it here. Give us a nice loop cut. Okay. That's looking kind of recorder-y. Okay. Harmy, I love you, but please stop. Okay, so we're going to grab these two here. Or maybe we should do it here. I might have to try to figure out how to placate my dog. She woke up and decided that I wasn't paying attention to her, and she got jealous. Okay. There we go. We got the little holy thingy. Pretty sure it's not exactly what it's called. Harmy. Come on, baby, you're fine. Okay, that looks like a fluty thing. So, if we do the middle scroll wheel, we can actually create multiples of these. And we're just... gonna kind of create... Gosh, Harmy. Are you okay, babe? So, I am basically just adding loop cuts here. and kind of thinking about where I want to add holes. Why am I being so crazy about this? I don't know. Okay, so I can hit K, which is the knife tool here. People are like, oh, Blender is so hard. I'm like, why? As long as you speak English, I think you should be able to figure out the shortcut keys. For non-English speakers, yeah, I'm sure it's a little bit harder. But K for the knife tool. G for grab, S for scale, R for rotate. It's not, it's very like intuitive, honestly. I actually used what is it called? 3ds Max and Maya at one point in time. Okay, Harmony finally finished her raid of the trash can and is now decided to take a nap again. Okay. Okay. That's a recorder. We're gonna call it a recorder. So let's look at. Yeah, it's pretty good. We're gonna add some materials to it real quick. So we've got this button here, which is going to add material. And I don't want to texture these because I don't really need to. So we're going to add 1 and 2 materials. And the reason we're going to do that is because I want to make one darker brown, which here we'll do the base color and we'll select like a darker brown. And I want to see like wind. Why do I not? Well, it's usually white, but I think the one here has some like brown parts in it. Like just as decoration. So we're gonna go here, and then this, I don't think I've talked about this. This is the like select everything button. So if you don't have this on and you do like B, which is box select, shortcut keys are so amazing in this. Okay, so and then if you look, I actually haven't selected the other side. The fix for that is I can select here, and then I do box select again, and you know it selected everything. So that's the difference between them, and got that. Okay. I don't know why, but I couldn't. Okay, so assign. So now we can basically like take all these, and then we're going to call it recorder white. And then call this one recorder brown. It is so slow, man. Okay. Now we can go and select the decorative parts and assign them to be brown. Assign. Okay, that's not exactly perfect, but that's a good approximation for 3D. Now we're gonna go. The backpack the kid is wearing is a very special type of backpack. And you know, American backpacks or like other Western backpacks are like super cheap and not really meant to last. The ones in Japan, like you get them in kindergarten, and I'm looking at them now, and they're like $200. These are not cheap backpacks. And you buy them when the kid enters kindergarten, and it lasts through to high school. And then once they get out of high school, you typically like you take the backpack and you make it into like keepsakes that you keep the rest of your life. So there's actually like, I like it. That's a cool cultural thing to me. But I don't think it would happen in America. But and it seems like it's more expensive. But if you think about it, if you keep a backpack, what, 15 years or like 10 years? Think about how many backpacks you bought over your life, and each one's like $20 or $30. So you probably bought one or two each year, which is probably $60 a year times. So it's $600. So it's 3 times more expensive over the life of the kid to have a new backpack every year. I mean, there's some like advantages, like, oh, I'm making a backpack now, just so you know. So let's see, and then scale Z, and then I'm kind of going to do from the side here. Probably should hide the recorder so I can concentrate the backpack. We're going to scale Y here. I don't know if you can tell, but I tend to like 3D modeling better than I do animation. So we're going to take it from the side and we grab the edge at the very end and we're going to do 0, which is going to give us a fall off here. And as we take our mouse down, the fall off is going to change. Now my cat's in the trash. I don't know what the heck I put in there. Okay. So now we're going to take it all and scale Y. Okay. Now what do we got here? Kind of want to add, let's see. We can add a modifier here. If we come under the thing, we have this wrench. Add modifier, and then let's do a subdivision surface here. And then this triangle button will make it visible in edit mode. So you may think, oh, it's all round and stuff now, but we can actually like control the level of roundness a little bit by doing this. Let's take rid of O real quick. Okay. So, let's see here. And that gives us actually a pretty decent shape already. So I'm going to take away this box here, which will take away the... And we're going to make like the lid here. So we're going to take all of these here, and we're going to hit E. And then loop cut here, and scale. And it's kind of going to create what I would call kind of a lip is what I'd call that probably. So we got that much. So there's like a bit of a pocket here. So scale that, and then just these here, grab those in, and then we're going to take these and bring them up a bit and out a bit, and that's going to create a side pocket. Ah, modeling's my happy place. Okay. Got these three, and go up and out. Okay, cool. So far, so good. So we're gonna have to create some straps here. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna get rid of these faces here. And I'll show you why in a second. But actually, let's keep those for right now. We're going to take these, and we're going to extrude them here. Yeah? And then we're going to scale them on the x-axis here. Like that. Come on. Scale X. Oh my gosh. Scale X. That didn't work. Okay, so I grabbed the edge and made it work. I don't know why it wasn't listening to me. Scale X. Yeah, not where it listens. Okay. So we're going to cut a loop cut here and kind of scale Z. Kind of. You can tell kind of what we're doing. It's a little bit. This part's a little bit less obvious what we're doing. We're making the straps. And actually, I want to make the color. We'll add a new one here. We're just gonna make it red, and we don't have to assign anything for this one because it's the only color here. And reds, they actually come in different colors, but red's like, I think, the most iconic color for this thing. I'm sure it's got a name. I don't know the name. Okay, scale that, scale that, scale that, and that's a backpack strap-ish. Okay, grab that. Okay, rotate, extrude. Yes. You know what? Let's do this here. I don't want to do the back strap again, and I'm lazy. So we're going to go to this review, X everything, and then grab here, mirror. And I like mirror to be a little bit above there. Let's see, I think I could just, oh. Okay, so take the mirror and put it above the subdivision. Because otherwise it doesn't look right to me. Okay, so we want clipping here. Hit A to hit all, and then just kind of do that. And what it's going to do is it's going to make the backpack better, stronger, faster. Okay. Make it about that size, looks like. We're going to go ahead and, you know, I'm going to fight against my instincts to make it a solid piece. You technically don't. Everybody does when they first start. But when you're not going to 3D print it, there's usually no reason for like connecting geometry. Unless you have a reason for it, it's kind of wasteful, I think. Okay. We're going to take this up. And what that does is it makes it smoother. Okay. So I think there's like a couple more, like, so that's the backpack. We're going to hide the backpack. We're going to add a UV sphere here. And then this one's pretty simple. We're going to do a new texture and make it green. And then this is fun. What we're going to do is, we're still here. Okay, so B, and we're going to select half of it. Come on. And then we're going to hit P. Okay. Okay, so go to object mode. And then I'm going to select this here, hit it F. It's a cabbage. F. Okay, so go to the front. Grab it. There, now I have a cabbage that we can split in half. I think the next thing we're going to add is what else do we have to add? We have to add a knife. Add mesh. Let's add a cube. Scale. What should we do? Y? It's not doing it. Not the top. Okay. Scale Y. Scale Y. I think her knife is like a Japanese knife, which actually makes it easier. So we're going to take this bit here, go down to the edge, and we're going to make a little bit of a handle here. Add another little curved thing. That's the end of the handle, and then we're going to make last little bit of the handle. Okay, so take this side here, and we're going to hit E and grab X. So that's like a Japanese looking knife there, and then take this and scale Z, and we'll make it sharp. Okay. So there's our knife. And then I think we just do a plane for the rest of it. So let's give it the brown texture here. And then we're going to give it a new texture here, which is going to be gray for the knife. So select those and hit assign, and then we have a knife. So we've got a knife, a cabbage, a recorder, and a backpack. I think that's it. I'll probably have to do the text and then like the last final details tomorrow probably. But let's go ahead and give the character her backpack. And let's name these in the outliner so I know where the. So this is cabbage half 1. And I want to basically parent these together. So I'm gonna select both of them and then Control P. So when I like move them, they move together. And let's call this knife. This is backpack. And then what is this? This is recorder, I think. Recorder. We have light, we have sphere. What is this here? I think that's it. Okay. So I got our accessories, so we're going to go ahead and hide them real quick. You know what, actually, this is a really good screenshot for Twitter, which I kind of try to do every once in a while often so I can kind of maybe get somebody interested in it. Where's my sniping tool? There we go, okay. Okay. Where is it? Do 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 do. Da 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 da. I'm getting a call from Google tomorrow. I don't know what's up. I did tell the guy that I wanted to go to Japan. So, if my life is really, really good, maybe he'll go, oh, I got you a job in Japan. I don't think that's gonna happen, but that's what I'd like. Okay. I made a tweet. Some libertarians yelling at me again. I don't like libertarians. I make fun of them online. Their entire ideology is that government bad, everything should be for profit, and I think they're insane. I just literally like that doesn't make any. So if you're, you know, unable to work, you should just die. Is basically their stance on everything. It's really morbid. Like I don't know, like what the heck they're thinking, but that's the way they think. If you're not able to turn a profit, you should just die. And I'm sorry, I have a problem with that. My dad's a libertarian. Okay, these are way too big. Okay. Moving right along, dub-a-dub-dub-a-dub. But loose and fancy free. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Moving right along, do-do-do-do-do. Loose and fancy free. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Moving right along, dub-a-dub-dub-a-dub-dub. I'll have to change your animation slightly so it matches with the... Or, you know, we could just say it's pretty close. Probably should have done the backpack first. We're good. Okay, so we're going to move it outside of frame here. Let's make it an actual somewhat reasonable size first, and then we'll, like, hide it. Okay. I would render this, but unfortunately I did find when I was doing tests earlier that it caused issues. So that's not gonna work here. Collection, where's Suzanne? We want to hide Suzanne real quick. Dub-a-dub-dub-a-dub. Okay, I'll take another screenshot of that real quick. Put it to Twitter. Okay, and then I think it just... No. We're gonna add a picture of the graph, I think, here. I don't know if you know in modeling, but there's actually this here too, so you can actually... Moving right along, dub-a-dub-dub-a-dub. But loose and fancy free. Move right along, dub-a-dub-dub-a-dub. But loose and fancy free. I don't know the words to this song. Won't you join me? Dub-a-dub-dub-a-dub. Dub a dub dub a dub. The loose and fancy free. Okay. Move right along. Double dub, double dub. I love that. That's amazing. People are talking to me. Okay, I'm done making fun of libertarians. It's fun to me. Jesus Christ. Okay, now I'm done making fun of libertarians. Okay. Now I'm done making fun of libertarians. It's fun. Okay. So, if you're just joining us, we're making an animation. It's like this. We just added a backpack, which we're going to have to... Probably the easiest thing to do with this is I don't want to animate the backpack because I'm lazy. So we're going to parent it to a bone so it'll move with it, so that way we don't have to basically like... So let's go to object mode real quick. Grab this, edit mode, grab this, control P. No. Maybe it's pose mode. Control P. No. Control P, maybe. Bone. Okay. Let's see if the backpack moves. Yeah, it moves. Okay. So now the backpack moves along with the girl. And if we go here, you'll see the nice, beautiful graph. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's also a pain in the neck. One of the reasons I chose this is because it's kind of like a 2D animation here. There we go. Okay. So we're going to go back to our animation here at the top. And you can see I've got like a video here. So that way I can match it up with the animation. I might have to do this over 2 nights. What time is it? It's like 10. I can probably do 2 more hours and then that's probably it. Okay. My dad's a libertarian. Once, yeah, we were watching a documentary once on, what was it? We're gonna go to the dope sheet because it's easier for me to look at. We were watching a documentary on how VW had like lied about their emissions to the emission company. And my dad was like, yeah, I'd have done that too. And I was like, that was one of the times I kind of was like, about my dad. Libertarians, they don't have much ability to see outside of their circumstances, and it's a disease. Sorry, I do believe it's a disease. They believe all government bad, all taxation bad, and they don't see any like problem with that. Even though like their stance would actually kill people, so they don't care though. It's their money. Yeah. I'm sorry. My dad's not exactly like, it was a rough childhood because they didn't really like, if I had problems, they had problems understanding I had problems. Bootstraps, you know. So, okay. So we've added the backpack, and now what we're going to do is we're going to, so that's why I like making fun of them. So, we're trying to make the backpack look more natural. I didn't have the backpack in originally. I probably should have made the backpack first, but I wasn't thinking that far ahead. So we're basically going in and we're going frame by frame and making the backpack look a little better with the pose. I should be saving these frames, shouldn't I? Oh, I forgot. Oh, animation's not my favorite. Everyone tells me how, oh, I want to be an animator. I don't understand. I'm just like, what are you talking about? You want to be an animator? And I'm like, yeah. I don't think they realize it's mostly graphs. It's like most animation, you're not like doing fun things. You're looking at graphs and like copying somebody's pose. That's most animation there. I didn't do this properly. Okay. So I were available. Let's go ahead. Move this into place. Make it fit more with the backpack. Hit A and then I and then available. Go back to the front. And yeah, I forgot to save the pose. That was my fault. So, making the pose look nice. Dubba dub, dubba dub. I don't know, I've got the song in my head. Does anybody even know that song anymore? It's from Muppet Movie, I think. Okay. So what we're kind of doing is we're trying to make her pose match as much as possible. It's not going to be completely possible because this is not a 2D animation. This is a 3D animation. Okay, so I available. Dub 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 dub. There we go. So we're going to take that, put that there. There we go. We're going to have to fix this in a second. Basically the interpolation mode is wrong. Because it is. I available. Yeah, libertarians, man. Ugh. And then they also don't believe in like environmental stuff because I don't know, like it's a really weird like way of looking at the world. And I understand it better than most because my dad was one. And I thought I was one at one point in time. So I do understand it quite thoroughly. But none of their stances make any sense. Even the thing they say that it's supposed to be like help you with finances and stuff, even then it still doesn't make any sense because if you look at the finances for their policy, they actually cost more than just kidding. Like for instance, like housing, people will say like, oh, we can't give housing, it's too expensive. But then you go and you look at the actual like policies and you do like analysis of like countries that just give people housing versus leave them in the streets, and it actually costs more to leave people in the streets than it does to give them housing. And the reason for that's varied, but like the you have to give services, you have to do like policing, you have to do like drug stuff, and it ends up costing so much to do all that stuff. And it's actually cheaper to just give people houses. And it has better outcomes for them too. So, I mean, like, you look at the costs and benefit analysis of their policies, and they don't make any sense either. So, even the thing that they say they're for, like, you know, saving money, less taxes, if they would change their policy, they'd probably have to pay less taxes. It's just, it's crazy. but they don't really look at numbers. For some strange reason, they just kind of think very one-dimensional. Very just one-dimensional. Like, I was arguing that you can't do that because people would starve. And he started arguing about wars. You can't do that. Like, I mean, that's not... The government does have wars, but it's not like companies haven't had wars. Companies have had wars. They don't think so, but they have. Most, like, the one I think of the most is the Banana Republic. I don't know if you know what that is, but if you ever had a chikorita banana, yeah, you've had a product of the Banana Republic. So the banana companies in the middle, like Central America, basically banded together and controlled the government down there, and America kind of supports them because bananas. So they have had some very bloody wars in the Banana Republic. So it's not like companies can't have wars. They do. They have wars too. They don't think so, but they do. So even their argument that, oh, if you do taxes, then the company does war, then the, like, government does wars. Even that doesn't really make any sense because the companies have wars too. Okay. I think I've probably done like an entire loop here, I think. I think it's like here, maybe. Okay, so what we're doing is we're making a loop here. And then we're just basically going to copy and paste it over and over again. So we got, let me look it up here because these actually have names. And I kind of like to tell you the names. Okay. So we got that much. Let's see. That's a little off right now. We're gonna, I think I may have dragged it at some point. Let's see here. So we're gonna grab, oh, okay. So if you do B here, it's a box select. I'm gonna grab with this G, and then we're kind of gonna scrub through it here. Looks like we're missing a few frames there. I think it's these two here. Maybe. No, I did that. Now, quite often, if you name your bones right, you can actually, like, see here. Okay, I think let's delete these here actually. And then let's take this bit, take it to, oh, past it. Okay, right there it looks like. So we're grabbing this bit, we're gonna line it up. I don't know what I did to like make it mess up there. Okay, delete that. Nope. Did something wrong again. Oh, I don't want to do it again. Okay. No, I might have to do it again. I don't know. Let's see. How bad is it? Okay. There we go. 1, 2. That's not right. Okay. I hate to do this. Okay. So, pose, clear, transform, all. Jesus Christ. Okay. So, we start with the legs. Okay. And then rotate this a bit. Grab it up. Grab that down. And then I have, where's available? Location, rotation, and scale. Okay. So then, wait. That one. Okay. Now this one, it's gonna go up a little bit. Up a little bit. Toes a little bit. And then legs are rotated a wee bit here. It's kind of like a bounce. Okay, so box select that. And available. Why is it available there? Okay, it might have been because it was the first pose. So, and then we're gonna go to the next one. So, and then I'm kind of trying to keep this green line here. There's the floor, so I'm kind of trying to keep that kind of in mind. So, grab that down. Oh, stay in the same place. Grab Z. And then grab this one. Grab down. Yeah, I like making fun of libertarians. It's a little bit of a crusade I go on sometimes. It's fun. Not really, but you know. You gotta get with your kicks where you can. And this is not gonna be exact because it's 3D. I'm trying to make it look like 2D. So I got that. Eye available. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Got that one. Okay, so now we grab the root again and grab Z. Go up a bit. Now this, we want to touch on the green line here. Try to keep that in mind. Oh gosh, I grabbed the root bone. Grab that. And people tell me like, oh, I want to go to animation. I'm like, well, what are you talking about? Why would you do that to yourself? And then I've been hearing about that Spider-Man movie they've been doing. Probably gonna start talking in a second. Just because you're doing what you love doesn't mean that you're gonna love it. I guess that's like a fortune cooking saying, but it's true. Doing something as a hobby, because this is what this is my hobby. Doing something as a hobby and doing something as a job are two very different things. Because one, it's just very different. Do what you love for a hobby. Don't expect your job to be your hobby. because you'll end up hating your love, and then, you know, rest of your job. Okay, available. Okay. Now it's gonna look a little weird because the interpolation's wrong, but it's about, well, you know. Okay, so we got the hop there. Now we go back down. I think we did this one already, right? Probably not. This is my second time doing this, so you know. Okay, so we're gonna grab the root bone and grab Z, grab it down, and then I'm having problems to remember which ones. Well, it's not like it's. I think I did it backwards, but I don't think that really matters that much. Does it? Probably. Give me a second. No, I did it right. I'm just imagining things. It's kind of really dark now. It's gotten super dark. Okay. Where are we? Here. Okay, so we're gonna go. This is a hit. I believe it's called a hit here. Hit. Yeah, right there. Grab Z. Now this leg's kind of like, again, we're trying to keep the foot planted down on the green line, at least as much as possible, so it looks more like, I think maybe that's a little bit too far down. Okay, rotate, grab Z. Okay, so on this leg here, I believe it's called like a passing pose here. Okay, so now we're going to take those, select them, and then hit I and available. Is that the first one? Yeah. Okay, so there's our walk cycle. It's not very much, which is why I chose this animation. Okay, so we got high left, and it goes jump, and then it's contact, and then it does it again on the other side, and then contact, and then passing. Okay, there we go. There's that much. So much, so merry. So let's go to the front, and we're going to add the arms next, which they don't change that much, to be honest, and they're probably going to change less. So we're going to go from the front view first, and then kind of like rotate the arms down, and then we're going to go from the side view and rotate them in. Oh gosh, my eye itches. How can an eye itch? How can an eye possibly be itchy? That's just weird. Okay, my eye's itchy. I don't know if that's because I'm tired or like what, but my eyes are itchy. Okay. So rotate the arms in, and then we're going to go from the front view, and we're going to rotate these in here. Oh, my eye is so itchy. So itchy. Ah. Okay. Okay, and then we go this one. I'm going to rotate on the blue axis there. Okay. Oh. Oh, this is why I have to look at other angles quite often. Okay. There we go. Now, once we make the first pose, it'll actually go to all the other poses, but we're going to have to make it at least a little bit less horrible. Is that a word? Okay, so now we're going to kind of pose the hand a bit. I'm not really going to animate the hand every frame. I'm just going to put it in kind of like a loose fist type structure, so that way it looks more natural, and then just animate the broad gestures for everything else. There we go. Okay, there we go. There's actually like a really cool way to rig these. I've done it before, but I forget exactly how I did it, and not really going to go searching for it right now, especially so I could just put this in kind of a somewhat okay pose here, and then we'll just ignore it. Oh, that doesn't look right. Hand animation is beyond me. I love drawing hands for some reason. I love drawing hands. I do not like animating hands. I don't like animating much though, so I mean, isn't that obvious? Here. I like the result if I spend a lot of time on it. Very rarely do though. I get ADHD and I'm like, I'd like to do something else, and I run off like a, you know that dog in Up where he goes squirrel. That's me in like dog form. Okay. Libertarian, man. Oh, I can go on about libertarians for hours. I think like one of the most famous libertarians is probably like Ron Swanson from Pawnee, from Parks and Recs. He's hilarious. He actually reminds me of my dad. It's really weird. But living with them's hard. They're fine in like a humorous context, but in reality, man, ugh. Available. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna give it a slight bounce here. Okay, so here we've got the high up here. We're gonna keep the high up on both sides, so high up, and then we don't have to do them all. We just have to do these two here. Available. Okay. Okay, so we got those. So now we're gonna go to this one here. Now this, the hand comes up a bit, and here the hand also comes up a bit. Now we're going to grab both of those and then and then available. Okay. Maybe just do rotation here. Okay, you see how that's added a key here? We're going to Shift D that. And then find out where that happens again. I think it's like there, it looks like. So grab it. Yeah. Okay. So, what did I do? Okay. Okay. So, these go down. Okay. And then I rotation. And then Shift D. Oh. Okay. So B here. Come on. Come on. You can, I'll probably say this a couple of times. Okay. Shift D. And then Shift D. Okay. So what that's kind of going to do is that's going to give us a little bounce. Hopefully. I did it right. Yeah. Very quick bounce. Okay, the next thing we gotta do is we gotta do the neck here. It's not horribly noticeable, but her head does bounce a bit here. So we're gonna go to the front here to where first frame is. I'm gonna take these two and then basically just give them, I guess, rotation probably is the best one to do right there. And then let's go up here. So this rotate up a bit. And then I probably want the neck to go a little bit up as well. Hit I, hit rotation. Okay, here she's got a fall. So her head's going to actually rotate down quite a good bit. Because what's happening is she's fallen and now she's hit something. So it does like that. So go up because she's going up, and then she goes down, hits the ground, and then kind of like falls a bit. And then she's going to go up again. So what we're going to do is going to grab that, Shift D, and then basically like duplicate it and then make it match. Okay, so up, down, and then it repeats. Okay, so we're kind of trying to, let's make a match. So we're looking for her to go up again. It's right there. Let's make it like line up exactly. And then she's gonna fall. And then she hits the ground again. Right there. We should make it match right there. Okay, so. Okay. So like that. So up, down, up, then down again. And then that's, of course, that's where it loops. Okay. Now we need to add the hair bit. And then we basically just copy it, and then, oh, we have to actually show you have to make it like kind of, it's not really, but like kind of stop motion, which is the look we're going for, so it looks a little bit more like the source material. So here, yellow. Okay. So we're gonna make the hair animate a bit now. So her hair, the song is actually about wind, so we can play a lot with the hair here, and we don't have to make it necessarily make complete sense, because it doesn't have to. So I'm just gonna play with the hair, make it look like she's being tossed in the breeze a bit. Okay, so I think it has the wind's stronger than that. Basically, it's basically saying she can't walk to school because it's too windy. That's the gist of the song, like literally. Rotation. Now, here, her hair's gonna like go down a bit there because she's going up, so the downward pressure's on her hair. And these are gonna go down a bit because for the same reason, she's going up, so her hair is gonna come down a bit. But there's still some randomness because of the wind. My cat is snoring up a storm. I wish I could snore that well. Okay. Okay, here the hair's really gonna go up. And I kind of want to make it look prettier than that, because I think it looks a little bit jacked there. Okay. And then maybe like this is gonna go up a bit, which is like my I forget what it's called. It's like an A word. Okay. So we got that. So we're gonna go into object mode real quick and then like hide the armature real quick, so we can kind of see what we got. Okay, good. Pretty pleased with that. It's what, 11 o'clock? Yep. Do. Post mode. Okay. See here. Gonna take those and Shift D them. And then basically like blend them in a little bit. I think that's like about right. Shift D that again, I guess. Probably like that. Okay. Now, delete keyframe. Okay. We got all this stuff and it looks okay, but it's basically, I can't say that word. The graphs aren't right. Yeah? We understand that? Okay. Cool. Where are we? Okay. See these graphs? I don't like these graphs. We're going to change these graphs. We're going to change into something we like better. Interpretation mode and then constant. Okay, that's better. So that's going to give us more of a stop motion feel, which is what we want. So I got okay. So now we're going to back to dope sheet. Now I've got our loop. such that it is. Now what we're going to do is we're going to copy it. Then find, we're looking for a certain keyframe, and I think it's that one. Okay. So we're going to box cut this here. And we're going to go this one. Then we need the next frame here, which that's that. Okay. Shift D that. Make it line up. Double check that looks right. Hard to tell. No, that's not it. Why does that not look right? Okay. Okay, come here. Right there. Trying to get it to match perfectly here. Okay, Shift D that, I guess. Okay, and then we got this one again. So we have to take it until the next frame and then Shift D that. Go. Then we of course do it again. Yeah, starting from a place that wasn't the very beginning was a mistake, as I did the first time. That was a mistake. There we go. Okay, waiting for the change. Oh, here it is. Okay. And like that, we've animated quite a good bit. If this wasn't so repetitive, we couldn't do it this way. That's the only reason I chose this one. I'm like, oh, that's pretty repetitive. Full animation I'm not equipped to do, but a simple walk animation, I can probably do that. With a looped walk animation, yeah. With, then we go, right, wait, it's messing up again. Did I miss it again? What did I mess up again? Maybe I'm not as competent as I thought I was. Best laid plans of mice and men or something like that. Let's grab this. I probably messed up somewhere. Okay. Yes. Okay. Like right about there. Let's have... Where are we? Okay, I think it's like right there. I messed up again. Okay, so go all the way back to here. I guess we'll delete it again. It's not like this is... Well, I say it's not difficult, but then I keep on messing up, so, you know. Yeah. Here we go. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. Okay. Line it up with this one, which is the start. Shift D. Okay. Find that keyframe again. Okay. Shift D. Okay. Find that keyframe again. Shift D. Okay. Find that keyframe again. Okay. Shift D. Okay. Find that. Is this just finding this? Is this finding the same keyframe over and over again and then copy and pasting, which you would think would be easy, but it kind of makes me dizzy. Okay, got that one. And with that, we've probably done several seconds of animation, which is a pretty decent, I think. Right there. Shift D. Line her up. Okay. And then we got some songs. So we're gonna go scroll until we've got her doing it again. Shift D. Okay. We go forward until we hit her again. And we'll have to do a little bit of changes here, but we'll do those later. Oh gosh, those are gonna be... We're probably not gonna do that in Blender. I would actually probably like to do that in... I'm not quite sure. I'll have to figure out what I'm gonna do it in. I have After Effects, but my computer no likey After Effects. Like really, it's bad. Like every time I start it up, it tells me you shouldn't be running After Effects because your computer is too horrible. And I'm like, cool, sounds fun. So a lot of times I'm just like, okay, we're not doing After Effects, but at the same time, After Effects is like perfect for this. I think I missed it a little bit right there. It's right there. Just a wee bit, but even like a little bit off with this kind of stuff would make it look weird. Okay. Moemashita. Nakunarita. Okay, so we're looking for this one right here. There we go. There's the keyframe we want. So Shift D, and then I wonder if it's gonna look okay when I'm finished. Animation's not my wheelhouse. I like modeling. I know the basics. I'm trying to get back into it, so I thought maybe like a cool animation would be cool. Little did I know. Okay. Now we're going Okay, so we're gonna take this. Here, wait. Where is it? Come on. That's right. Seems like right here what they do is they kind of... Probably shouldn't have done that. Okay. Where is it? Oh, right there. Okay. So it seems to me like what they do is they dance and then Shift D would be right there. Okay, grab. Okay. I think what I can do is I can just grab the entire object and move it, and then I'll probably do it. Okay. Baku. Oh. Okay. So shifting that. Like just weave it over, I think. Okay. And then dancing doggies. And we're fourth through. Right. Cat, would you not get on top of me? Right there, I think. Shift D, drag to here. And we're going to have to add the recorder in a second. We'll do that in the second pass. It's actually like another pass, like a bit of a thing there, but I'm not adding it. We're too far through. I'll just say we forgot it. Be my secret. Oh, I missed a frame. Oh no. That's the end of the world. That's not really. Yep. Okay. Yeah, this is probably the best project for me to do for try to get back into animation. Not that I was in animation to begin with. Why is it? It shouldn't be quite. Be like there. Try to keep it as close as possible because otherwise it won't. Like the dance is to the music, so if I do it so the music's not like watching at the same time, it'll be curtains. Curtains for me. Let's zoom in a bit. I think I'm getting a little bit off here. I think that's right. Okay. Okay. Shift D there. one over. One over. Come on. Shift-D. Grab it. Okay, what are we at? 500? Yep. Oh. Shift-D. Okay. And then grab that. Oh. Okay, looking for the next one. Right there. Gotcha. And then oh, Shift-D that again. Then we go back. Get another one. Shift-D. Grab and move. Okay. Oh. Oh, Shift-D. Grab and move. Okay. Okay, Shift-D. Grab and move. Okay, Shift-D. Grab and move. I know, this is repetitive. I can't help it, that's animation. I should do something like this. Probably could like grab more and move them, but then I'd be worried the entire time that I had messed up something. In fact, you know what? We're gonna do that. Okay. This bit right here, you see that? Okay, Shift-D. Oh, good God. I'm zooming out so I can try to do that. Oh God. What did I do? Okay, what we're gonna do is double check that's right. Now we got quite a good bit. And of course, like some of it's not the same walk cycle. We'll have to do another walk cycle, because that's fun. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to find this walk cycle. Oh, where it starts. Looks like it starts right there. So we're going to take a B and then just X that. Come on, delete it. Are you going to delete it for me? It took a second. Give it a second. Okay. So it looks like right here. So we're going to grab that and move it there. And then here, we get some fun things to do. If My fun things, I mean, we're going to do another walk cycle. So we're going to grab, I think we can probably get away with just the legs here, probably. We're going to grab the root and grab Z. And we're going to make it match the character's walk here. Oh, I rotated it wrong. Okay. I don't think that's, yeah. Cool. So, we're rotating here. Baku, 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 odorimasho. I don't think I say odorimasho, but I kind of feel like it's in the spirit. They should be saying odorimasho, which is like to dance. Okay. So, grab Z there. And we're going to grab this and put it down. And that's a rotation we don't want. That looks right. So we're going to take our B tool here and then I available. And then you may be going, well, it's going to look weird here, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go, where does it exactly change? Looks like it's right here. Let's take that and put that right there. Okay. Here we got another, we got passing here. And then this grabs that a bit back. And then I think I could go up a little bit. Tiny minuscule amount. And straighten the leg out a bit. Again, we're trying to think of the green line has the floor. Okay, so now we got that. So I available. So we got that. We got a passing, or at least a start and a pass. Okay, so where is it? This one. So here we finished the pass. And then it looks like that's the only really bone that moves. So here, 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 and then, okay, she's going to, like, her foot comes back here and it's still got a lot of the pressure, but her front foot's starting to take a little bit of the pressure. You can see that. Why do I know so much about walking? I mean, it should be just it's just something you kind of think about when doing walk cycles. I'm really bad at them, which is why this is torture for me, but you know, in a good way. Here, I like the result, hopefully. I think, yeah, this was a good exercise for me. Okay, so we got passing, passing, past, contact, and then takes a while. Okay, so now you look here, this foot has all the weight now. And this one has started to take, that's too much of a, for a very calm walk like she's doing. Okay. This doesn't seem to be hitting the floor quite as well as I'd like. Okay. So I got B and then B there. And then I available. Okay. Very slow walk there. Compared to the hop and skip she's doing earlier. She doesn't want to go to school, you can tell she's dragging her legs. That might be the... That's the passing on the other side. So we did this one, and now we have to do the other one. See if that's the right place there. Right there. So here, this one's going a little bit forward now. And then this foot's coming just a wee bit back, not crazy amounts. Foot's more pressed here. And this leg's a little bit, basically what they're, I hope I don't have to tell you how to walk, but you know, you never know. Okay, I got that. Passing again. Okay. And I think we're halfway done. Okay, and then this leg goes back. Okay. Oh, that's not a bone I wanted to rotate. This one is. Okay, this one goes up. Grab Z. This goes down a bit. I'll see from the front if that looks okay. It's okay. Oh, what did I do there? Okay. This looks like it's got a wee bit of a rotation of it, but not much. I know. You never imagined animation was this exciting, right? Okay. Okay, we got that. Be that. I animate. Okay. Got the passing and then the contact. We definitely have done at least half of it. I'm trying to decide if we finished. Okay, so this is the first one we do. I'm thinking the front leg is back. So that's the front frame again. Okay, so be here. Okay, so that's where it starts again. So Shift D, and then we're going to put that right there so I can kind of know where I'm going, if that makes sense. Because sometimes I don't know where I'm going. I know where I've been, but I don't know where I'm going. We're just going to good. Think. Okay, I wish I could add an annotation here. I know I can add annotation to other places. Okay. So, Shift D that, and then just gonna line it right up with the other one. Has they're the same frame? I think they actually, it should be fine. Okay, and then Shift D. Okay. Shift D. I'm gonna mess up again probably at some point. Just waiting for it to hit. Yeah, I think I messed up again. Okay, we're gonna save this real quick because that's a lot of work. And we're at halfway point, I think, for the animation. Let's go ahead and we're gonna go into layout instead of this, and we're gonna go ahead, and I think it was spacebar. You can tell the frame per second is 2.4 frames per second. That's not what it actually looks like. It's going too slow. 2 frames a second. Usually 30 frames a second. So just take that and like times it by 30. Let's see if we can get this to go away here. Let's do an image editor like we normally do. And see if we can get more than 2 frames a second. Nope. Okay. We're just gonna have to trust the process and hope it works. And then curse my horrible computer if it doesn't. Yeah. Kinda wanna render this now. Takey. Let's do to what do I got here? I think I get to 1,000. Let's do 1,000 here. Let's go to video sequencer. Yeah. And we're gonna delete everything here. Because for reasons, I'll tell you, okay. So for some reason when we do that, it doesn't render the actual animation there. And I want to render the animation real quick to cap off the night real quick. So we're gonna go to the render tab real quick. And what time is it? It's 11. So I think I'll just have definite time to render it. Ambient occlusion. I ain't doing that. No. Output properties. Aspect ratio. No. No. Let's do like as we're doing like someone almost like a TikTok dance. Let's do that. So we're gonna do TikTok size. What is that? So X is 720. And then Y is 1240, right? I'm gonna double check that. Okay, so what does zero look like now? So if you look here, got the good. It's very fun. do colliders, Suzanne. Suzanne, where are you? Let's scale that up quite a good bit. Now let's scroll through that to make sure that nothing pops out. Nope. Okay, Suzanne, where are you? Kind of give it a nice. Okay. Cool. Okay, so 4,000 is too much for a TikTok dance. It's frame per second, so we're not going to go to the end. We're going to go to, let's do 500. I think it's about where we start doing the walk, and I don't want to do the walk. So do 500. Time stretching output. We're not doing PNG. We're doing an AVI raw. And then we're going to save. Definitely not there. Let's do videos, and then we're going to do wind. I just call it wind because I don't feel like calling anything else. So we're going to call this wind. I guess we're just going to call it that. Okay. Okay, so we go to render animation. That's going to take a bit. Especially with my computer. So that was my attempt at doing an animation. I probably have some more tweaking and cleaning to do tomorrow. But I think that's probably where I'm going to go ahead and end the night. We covered quite a good bit